Liebe axinocapital Investoren-Community, wir sind am Stand von Sonoro Gold und bei mir ist Ken. Ken, it's good to see you here. We just came to PDAC. It's our first day here. And what is your overall feeling from the first hour on the PDAC?
Oh, thank you, Jan. It's interesting because the amount of attendees is way beyond my expectation. I think we're going to have a very good PDAC, and we've been to several conferences recently that had light attendance, but this is looking very powerful.
Alles klar, also Ken ist auch schon der Meinung, hier ist eine gute Stimmung auf der Messe, die erste Stunde ist rum und jetzt wollen wir uns mal näher mit der Firma und dem Projekt beschäftigen. Ken, you're CEO of Sonoro Gold, and usually when you want to become a gold producer, it takes like 5 to 10 years, but you make everything a little bit faster. You made a really fast PEA and now you want to become a gold producer by the end of next year. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more why you're so fast and what is your background and your reason for that?
Okay, I'll give it my best shot. We acquired the project in 2018. We started drilling in 2018, but at that time, we came to the conclusion that the potential for the project was possibly up to 2 million ounces. Well, so far so good. We're on the right track to define the target 2 million ounces. With the 55,000 meters of drilling we've accomplished to date, we now have a resource that is capable of supporting at least a 7-year mine life.
Normalerweise brauchen Firmen viele Jahre von der ersten Entdeckung eines Projekts bis hin zur Goldproduktion. Sonoro Gold hingegen hat von Anfang an Vollgas gegeben und verfolgt den Ansatz, schnellstmöglich in Produktion gehen zu können, um mit dem daraus entstandenen Cashflow die Ressource beständig erweitern zu können. Ken sagt dazu, dass das Projekt 2018, also vor gerade mal knapp 4 Jahren, gekauft wurde und das Potenzial auf 2 Millionen Unzen geschätzt wurde. Aktuell ist Sonoro Gold auf einem guten Weg dahin, wie er selber berichtet.
And the PEA, the Preliminary Economic Assessment we produced last October, demonstrates that minimum 7-year life of mine. Now, it's on the basis of producing 45,000 ounces of gold per year net. And when you look at our PEA, the cost per ounce to produce that is $1,200 US. With the price of gold currently at $1,850, I think you can do the math and you see that there's a great potential for making an economic return. And in fact, the PEA demonstrates at this point that the after-tax net present value is over $54 million US. And the internal rate of return is 42.5%. So it's a very, very healthy and robust economics for the project at this time.
Ken berichtet außerdem, dass die PEA zeigt, dass ein gutes wirtschaftliches Potenzial für das Projekt entsteht und die Zahlen eindeutig für Sonoro, das Team und auch für das Projekt in Mexiko sprechen. Vollständige Infos zur PEA und genaue Zahlen, die gibt es auf axinocapital.de/Sonoro.
Now, going forward, we have just completed 7,000 meters of additional drilling, and this drilling is in a highly prospective area. In fact, it is an area where the grade is substantially higher than anywhere else on the property. And we've just completed 20 holes in one sector and another 12 holes in another sector. So we're in the process right now of taking the data and converting it into a news release which will go out in probably the end of July. And that will then announce the new estimation for the project. We hope and anticipate that there will be a material increase in the size and the grade of the resource. And the expectation that we currently have is that if the expectations are met, that the life of mine will increase from the current 7 years to potentially 10 years life of mine. If that is the case, we have an even more robust project, and the next edition of the PEA should reflect an even stronger project for us. Now,
schon bald soll es einen News Release geben, der nach Kens Vermutung die Ressource deutlich erhöhen könnte und somit auch das Minenleben eben verlängern würde. Sollte der Fall so eintreffen, kann es eventuell schon am Ende des nächsten Monats dazu kommen, dass das Minenleben von Sonoro Gold auf 10 Jahre angehoben wird. Und das würde die gute Wirtschaftlichkeit des Projektes nochmals unterstreichen und eben auch verbessern. Nachdem Ken uns nochmals auf die ungefähre zeitliche Planung und der bald anstehenden Goldproduktion hingewiesen hat, wollte ich nun noch einmal wissen, warum man aus seiner Sicht aktuell in Sonoro Gold investieren sollte.
Going forward beyond that, we want to get into production next year, and we've already filed the environmental permit application called the MIA with the environmental agency SEMERNAT. That was in April, and we fully expect that we will have approval on that before the end of this year. And all things being equal, we might even expect it in October of this year. If that is the case, we can start construction by the end of this year with a view to commissioning the mine in the first half of 2023 and be in full production by the end of 2023. With the revenues to be derived from the mining enterprise, we would direct some of these funds towards additional drilling. And the goal is to keep on drilling to prove up what we consider to be the full potential for the project. And there are several years of drilling ahead of us for that. So there'll be a lot of news coming out between production and drilling over the...
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much for summarizing the whole project and the whole process in a couple of sentences. You did very well. Let's see, why should someone invest into Sonoro Gold? I mean, you have a very experienced management. You all have done a lot of projects, a lot of successful projects already, and you're pretty fast. You started with low-grade gold, now you're drilling into high-grade gold. You want to become a producer by next year. That sounds pretty good to me. So why should someone from Germany, or maybe from another country as well, should invest into Sonoro Gold, in your opinion?
Well, there are several reasons why I believe that Sonoro is a good investment. First of all, we are at the bottom of the gold cycle right now as far as junior mining companies, and in fact, senior mining companies as well. And so it's a good time to buy. If you want to use a contrarian approach, there's no better time to buy than when everybody else is selling or everybody else is afraid to buy. That's one. But the project itself has to stand on its own 2 feet. And this project is going from exploration stage, where the exploration risk has been minimized, and we're going through the permitting phase now. And we're quite confident that the permitting will proceed as we anticipate, and we'll have the environmental permit by the end of the year. So that will remove another element of doubt that some investors may have. And the construction of an open pit heap leach mine is not exactly very complicated. It just takes time. So between 6 months and a year's worth of pre-construction and construction, and you're in full operation. So I believe at that point, the value of the project, the value of each ounce of gold in the ground for Sonoro will increase dramatically with every step of the way, going from exploration through the pre-feasibility, if we go from pre-feasibility, to the environmental permit, the approval in the environmental permit, construction finance. Each step of the way strengthens the project, strengthens the value of each ounce in the ground, and eventually the full realization will come when we're in production. And if we're in the process of producing 45,000 ounces a year net, it will be reflected in the share price. And I'm looking forward to that day.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I'm just going to summarize a little bit in German, so people understand what's going on. Also wir haben hier eine Aktie, die wirklich von einem sehr erfahrenen Management geleitet wird. Schon vor 35 Jahren hat Wolfgang Seibold mit dem Chairman John Darsh den ersten 10-Bagger gemacht. Deswegen haben wir hier ein wirklich sehr spannendes und erfahrenes Team. Wir haben ja ein spannendes Projekt, wir haben ja schon viel darüber berichtet. Wir haben jetzt die nächste Drilling-Phase beendet. Wir werden immer mehr in das High-Grade-Gold gehen. Das heißt, wir haben gestartet und eine PEA mit ungefähr 0,4 Gramm Gold je Tonne Gestein und haben jetzt immer höhergradige Goldfunde gehabt. Das heißt, wir sind hier auf einem guten Weg. Das Management möchte nächstes Jahr in Produktion gehen und Ken hat es gerade schon erwähnt, das ist wie ein Haus, was man baut, und jeden Schritt, den wir gehen, bringt uns näher zur Produktion und damit auch zu einer Neubewertung der Aktie, und das könnte ein sehr spannender Investmentfall gerade für Contrarian Investors werden. Ken, thank you very much for your interview. Is there anything else you would like to add in the end? Any greetings to Germany?
Greetings to Germany, absolutely. We have many German shareholders. I believe we have a great future ahead of us. I'd love to visit Germany in the next 6 to 9 months and meet all of our investors in Germany. And I look forward to a very healthy and a very wealthy future for all of us.
Absolutely. Ken, thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and we meet each other in Germany again.
We shall.
Absolutely. Thank you.